Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about, and I'm keeping a low voice because I'm actually recording this quite late because I just put my daughter to sleep. So as a parent, you have to kind of find a way. And so I'm actually recording this very late at night, but I figured I didn't record. I'm sticking to the once a week regimen. I'm gonna try to do twice a week, but it's becoming quite a challenge because of so many projects that I have going on in addition to work, right? So I'm a certified project manager, so I handle projects as my day job, and I invest a lot during my, I guess, night job, you wanna call it. But in this particular video, I want to talk to you guys about digital assets. And for all intents and purposes, we have to define what an asset is, right? An asset is technically, if you read the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, is anything that puts money into your pocket, right? So it's not anything that takes money away from your pocket. Technically, according to the book, is a liability. Anything that puts money in your pocket is an asset. You hear a lot of people talk about, I bought my first single family house, I'm gonna live in that house. It is an asset. I disagree, right? Because I agree with the rule of if it's not putting money in your pocket, it's pulling money away from you, it's not an asset. So with that said, let's talk about digital assets. What are digital assets? What are forms of digital assets, right? Because digital assets can range from many different things. In fact, what I'm doing now, providing you guys content and providing you guys a glimpse of who I am and what I do, it can be considered at some point, if I continue to do this consistently, it can be considered a digital asset, right? But anyway, let's get right to it, right? Digital assets. And digital assets can be this video that I'm creating now for you guys, right? Talking about digital assets. So YouTube content, Instagram content, Instagram material. So one thing to always know is if you're gonna talk about a certain topic, at least understand the concept and master that concept, right? So you understand how to answer questions. Don't just go and speak about a topic that you're unfamiliar with. Like I know people that stick to sports and they're great at it. These guys are, they study the analytics, they know the history. So, you can choose a topic that you're good at. Like YouTube content can be a form of digital asset, right? But not one YouTube video or two YouTube videos. We're talking about content where you are providing quality material to your viewers. A blog can be a form of digital asset, right? An email list can be a form of digital asset, right? Followers on your social media can be a form of digital assets. Podcasts. I mentioned followers already. If you have a blog, say you have a distribution list of people that follow you based on you providing quality, digestible content. Those are types of digital assets. Now, why are they assets, right? Because once you begin building momentum and you begin providing quality material to the viewers, right? Everyone has a phone, or most people, should I say, have a phone. Most people have a camera nowadays, right? We live in a social networking environment where your video can be seen all over the world. And so because of that, once you start gaining traction with your videos and your content, and you begin providing digestible material to your viewers, what ends up happening is they go to you to get pieces of nuggets, if you will, and you can spark or influence someone else to do something great, right? Email sequence, funnels can be assets as well, right? But the difference with these assets is that these assets take time to build, right? And the downside, so that's one downside, right? So the downside to this is that these type of assets, digital assets, take time or another thing that can be an asset, it's a domain, right? If you have a website with a domain, some people have several domains and buy and flip domains. I didn't even know that was a thing, right? Until maybe a few years ago. I didn't know people bought domains. So that's a digital asset. That's considered a digital asset, believe it or not. So the downside to digital assets is that it may take time for you to be compensated, right? Because it's a gradual process. First of all, they're not proprietary, right? So this material that I'm sharing with you guys right now is not proprietary. Anybody can right now regurgitate what I'm saying and put it in their Instagram or on their YouTube. I think what may help you is, quite honestly, your branding, right? Your branding, your name. People want to know who you are, right? So you may have you ever been around someone that may say something, right? And they may say the most powerful thing in the world, or in a meeting, right? You're in a meeting with somebody and they may say the most powerful thing and it just doesn't hit. Someone else says the exact same thing and it's like, right? They may have a different tone, that may have a different presence about themselves. Digital assets are not proprietary, right? So anybody can go ahead and regurgitate what I just said into their own Instagram video or YouTube video. What's going to differentiate you from someone that's regurgitating the same thing is your process, right? How you connect with the audience, your brand, yourself, right? Who's a king of branding, believe it or not? Donald Trump. He's a king when it comes to branding. A brand, like he's a brand. Like I think Donald Trump is an exceptional marketer, brander. Like he and you can tell the way if you understand his story, so your brand is gonna be what drives you, what adds value to your assets, right? So I'm hoping that I was able to somewhat explain digital assets to some degree, and you can certainly monetize from the quote-unquote assets that I named. So YouTube channel, content, blog, email lists, followers, right? You can monetize off of these things in your sleep. And so that's another key piece, right? So the more information you try to help people out, because the bottom line is you wanna help people. You wanna help people that are less fortunate, that may not think to research. Maybe they bump into a video and they're like, he just gave me an idea, right? It takes time to monetize all these items. Can you monetize over them? Absolutely, you can. It's just gonna take you some time. It's gonna take you consistency. And therefore, because you can monetize off these things, you can monetize off a blog, you can monetize off your followers on Instagram, you can monetize off the certain views you get on YouTube, providing quality content. And because you can monetize, they're putting money in your pocket, they're not taking money out of your pocket, they're considered a digital asset. For all intents and purposes, for this video, digital assets is what I outlined. All these items can be digital assets, but what's going to bring you the assets, guys, is going to be consistency, hard work, providing quality, digestible content, attracting an audience, and connecting with the people, and also about you, your branding. I've already shared. Thank you for following me. Please give a thumbs up on this video, subscribe, share the video. Let me know your thoughts. If I'm missing anything, I can certainly do a part 2 of this video. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Please share, like, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Have a good evening. Peace.